DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com is the official website of Doggie Diamonds. Make sure you log on. DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. I ain't gonna be telling y'all every night and y'all don't log on.
I ain't gonna be telling you every night and you don't log on.
DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. Also, listen, man, have you heard about this $100 promo deal that I got going on? I'm gonna give you some details real quick. So when you hit me up, make sure you pay attention to the details. So the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. That's the Insta Stories, the YouTube community, Threads, Facebook, and the Twitter accounts. I can promote whatever you need. Reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your products. That's if this could be, you got a TV station, you got a YouTube, you got a new album, you got a t-shirt line, you got candles. Whatever you got, I can help you. Let's go. Come on, I need them likes up. They've been really playing with my numbers over here. So it's an uphill battle for me. Uphill battle. They've been playing with my numbers, doing all types of stuff. You know, as usual. They're trying to keep a guy down, you know. I gotta just keep going. No complaining. But you see it, you know. You see it with your own two eyes. You bear witness how they play a lot of games. But you got to keep going. Allied Transportation. Shout out to you. I see y'all, man. Shout out to you. Watt Slice, Grinch Brothers, Coach is in the building. T-Man is in the building. Iceberg Slim is in the building. Young Yala, Uncle Pone, Sandra. I don't know how to pronounce it, but one of those two. SCG Publishing, Vernon Johnson. Rex CPO. I see y'all. Juman, J. Cruz. I see you. Disrupting Reality NYC, Lucky Stardust. Philly Crime Stories. I like that name. Big Ma is always on deck. Brian is on deck. As they file into the room, Kid Chris, I always see you. Unpopping Opinions, I see you. Tisha's in the building. Tisha's the sniper. Yeah, I'm gonna start coming on earlier. Zone 864 TV, Boss, I see you. A Cows, home team since 01. $1 Million Minds, Dom, Money. Yes, you gotta come on earlier. Can't be going on at nighttime. You know, people gotta go to work and stuff. So, Dallas, man, I see you all the way from Dallas. I see you. Moderators is in the building. If you play games, they'll get you. I ain't gotta do nothing. You minding my business. You talk crazy. The moderators ain't having it. It's at their discretion. Come in and be respectful. Protege Music. A-Ware, I see you. Brooklyn GQ. I might have I butchered that. I ain't gonna lie. Hit that like button. Kimberly Reese, how you doing? I butchered that one. All right, the beat is fading and all that. The beat ain't supposed to fade out. Hold on. The beat ain't supposed to fade out. What am I doing? I was just so busy talking to y'all, showing y'all love that I messed up. The Steamed Broccoli Network. What's up to you? All right. I was just showing my audience love, showing the winning team. Y'all are the winning team. They play with my numbers. About a few minutes in, it's going to look like that the stream is cutting off. The stream is not cutting off. I just got to hit refresh. I don't know why that happens every show. It just happened. J. Cruz, yes, that's my beat. Oh, I didn't tell y'all.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Normally I do, but I talked over it. Superstar Rel is in the building. You know what I'm saying? So y'all see how they do stuff. It'll be people in the chat. Then they'll eradicate the people from the chat. Then there'll all types of stuff be taking place. So what could I do? All I could do is just come on here and do what I do. I got a lot of content dropping for y'all. I've been working on the Beatmaker show is launching. Already got new promo out. Listen, it's happening. So in a few minutes, it's going to act crazy. Watch. Just stay with me. It did not. Here we go. See, right on time. Right on time. You can't make this up. Every night this happens to me. Every night it happens to me. Every night it happens like my stream is getting cut off, and it's not. I don't know what's happening. I'm still live, but then it starts buffering every night around the same time. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why that happens. I tried so much stuff. I'm actually even going to hit tech support and ask them why that keeps happening. But let's continue on with tonight's show.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Just in case you don't know, I did this. I am responsible for this right here. So, as we know, boxing took place. I did a whole podcast about Shakur Stevenson, who I think is a great fighter, but I think is very, very boring. You know, everybody says he's boring. Everybody. For some reason, he took very, very big offense to Cameron and Mase saying it. Which I thought they were supposed to say that because they have a sports show. I like when Cameron and Mase talk about sports. I'm not too big on when they talk about street stuff, but I think they know their sports. They're two former athletes. They know their sports. They're very, very well spoken. They had the late, great O.J. Simpson on their show. They're qualified to talk about sports because they're former athletes. If they talk about rap, they could talk about that too. They're artists too. But I like this sports talk. This sports talk is refreshing to me. It's coming from a standpoint of like barbershop talk, street corner talk, but they're very, very eloquent in their speech and very, very, they speak very well when they talk about sports. So I like it. So they talked about Shakur Stevenson. Everybody talked about Shakur Stevenson. Boxing, pundits, everybody, myself, everybody. I watch boxing. That's probably the only sport that I watch is boxing. Yeah, 050 the movement is in the building. You understand what I'm saying? So they talked about Shakur Stevenson. For some reason, he took offense to them and he started talking greasy. Now, this is the issue what I have with him talking greasy because they call him Shakur Twitterson. And I didn't know why, but then I realized he tweet all day, every day, and he go at everybody. He mad at everybody who got something to say about him, as you could be, but you got to understand, if you're a boxer, you got Tank sleeping shit, you got Bud sleeping shit, you got all these boxers sleeping shit, and your mentors is Andre Ward and Bud Crawford, Andre Ward Hall of Famer, Bud Crawford, and your granddad is your trainer. Those are all elders, right? So if the elders is telling you to do something, you're arguing in your corner with your elder, happen to be your granddad and also your coach, right? So everybody is saying, yo, you're doing it wrong. Timothy Bradley is speaking out. Andre Berto, and he went at everybody. He flamed everybody. He didn't let nobody get away with criticizing him, which is very weird. He took offense to Cameron and Mase, called them washed up old niggas and all that. You know, the same thing that, us black people tend to say about each other when we get angry. We say you old, you broke. That is the biggest diss to a black person. You old and broke. You're not allowed to get old when you black. You do know that, right? If a dude is 22 and you 30, you old. Black people are not allowed to age. I don't know if you know that. That is the biggest diss to us. You old. Don't you live to grow old? Don't you live to age? Isn't aging a beautiful thing, especially if you're aging gracefully, happy and healthy? But not with us. You old. Who? It's old ass. You old. You old. Old. That's all we say is old. So we don't respect our elders. At one point, when I was younger, my elders meant everything to me. I remember Granny, rest in peace to Granny. I remember my talks with Granny. Oh my God. I would, man, Granny would sit there and talk to me for hours because she was in her 70s and in her 80s, and I'm in my 30s. So her knowledge that she had that I never going to see or I never saw was big. So I would just sit there and just sop up the jewels, sop up the game. I remember she had the book Roots. She had the book. The book Roots by Alex Haley is about 1,000 pages longer. about 1,000 pages long. And I remember just reading the book. And I was like, wow, I'm reading Roots. I mean, I seen the miniseries when I was young, but I read the book, and reading the book is very, very important. So just being around elders, and I remember when Obama got inaugurated, I watched it with her. And I was supposed to go see my therapist, and my therapist was mad at me, and she was like, why didn't you come to your session? I said, because I was with my grandmother watching at that particular time. You know, I didn't have the education that I have now. I'm watching a black president getting inaugurated in my elder's lifetime. She probably thought that would never happen. She remembered the water fountain. She remembers segregation. So for her to see that, I wanted to share that moment with her. So I didn't go to my damn therapy session that day. So what? I'll be back next week. And she was like, well, I got to get paid. I was like, oh, so you worry about the cash. You ain't worried about my mental health. I changed her. So you got people who call people old. Old is a diss in the black community. Now, old shouldn't be a diss if you do age-appropriate stuff. If you act your age in accordance to the knowledge and the wisdom that you obtained through your youth to being an older person. So what I'm finding that us in the 40s now, we're the elders and we got people older than us. Now, you could go through most of the guys on YouTube who have platforms that's in their 50s. That's all I'm going to say. So now we have us that's 40s, in our 40s. Hopefully we get to see our 50s. We became the elders because we could look at the youth and say, yo, what y'all doing? But the guys over us is doing what they're doing. So it's been a very big disconnect. Shakur Stevenson being a young man, he has a lot to learn, a lot of growing to do. I respect his journey. I respect him being a young guy. But when you're a young guy, you have to have an OG that you listen to. And now the OG that he has is Jay Prince. Now, you could be an OG when it comes to business. You could be an OG when it comes to money. You could be an OG, but the OG is supposed to sit you down and say, hey, calm down. You tripping. This is not how you conduct yourself. This is not how you carry yourself. And if you want to make it here, this is how you got to navigate. Now it seems like the OGs are letting the YGs, because they got a bag or get into a bag, run amok. And then you want to come clean up the mess. That's why we where we at today. Shakur Stevenson, incredible boxer, but people critiqued his performance. Nobody said, hey, you a punk. You know, none of the derogatory words that we call each other. You a bitch, yo. Nobody said none of that. People critiqued his performance, and we're supposed to critique your performance. Boxing is about performance. Nobody cares if you didn't get hit. If it didn't look good or you not getting hit, we don't want to see it. That's just what boxing is all about. Boxing is about how did you look out there fighting? Which brings us to today. So Cameron and Shakur Stevenson been going at it. And I knew Jay Prince is his manager. Shout out to Hip Hop DX, where I get a lot of my news from. And you should always deal with their site to get the news. Jay Prince seems to always be the self-imposed boogeyman in these situations when we're dealing with anybody to do with him. It can be a war of words, and then he implements himself and almost gives this ultimatum of, yo. So in their criticism, Jay Prince jumped in. And it says, this past weekend, the Rap-A-Lot founder stepped into the heated spat between the Harlem rappers and the New Jersey boxer who he manages, warning them that he will fade all Stevenson's shots and take all bets. So you already know Cameron being Cameron. I never seen Cameron back down from anybody verbally or in the booth ever. Cameron always want all smoke. If you diss Cameron, he's going in that booth. And that's one thing I always respected about him. So Mase and Cam articulately put, you're going to take all his fades and take all his shots? All right. So then we talking to you then. Since you the big homie, we starting with you, Mase began. And then he goes on to say, when you dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. All that big homie stuff, that's for little ends. We're not little ends. So then we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't. And then for me, I never respected ends in the streets. Then he goes on to say, if you 60 years old and trying to be a street end, you failed. Oh, but I ain't even reading no more. That was it right there. That summed it up. That summed up everything. That summed it up right there. That summed it up right there. If you are a certain age and your claim to fame is that you a street guy and everybody should be afraid of you and you this and you that, you failed. I'm from Brooklyn. Born and raised in Brooklyn, had some time spent in Staten Island as a young kid. But all of my street stories and things that I went through was Brooklyn. Sometimes me and my cousin, we sit back and we talk. My cousin Tad, who has the OG Wisdom podcast, we talk. And we talk in disgust about some of the things that we took place in. We talk in disgust about how we was out there. Because it's nothing to glorify. It's nothing to be cool about. Like, we didn't know no better. We was youth. And in Brooklyn at a particular time, either you was eating or you was going to get ate. Either you was at the table or you was on the menu. I promise you. So, hey, man, we first cousins of a lot of us. We got to stick together. We never were the aggressors. But we handle, when it happened, we handled what we had to handle. But that's besides the point. But sometimes we say, and I remember my cousin apologizing to me last month about an incident that we had. It went in our favor, but he said, yo, I was so young and reckless, I didn't even realize I jeopardized you, my baby cousin, but I jeopardized you that day. And this happened 20-something years ago, but he was like, yo, being older now, I didn't put you on to something and I jeopardized you because I didn't really tell you what was going on. And he was like, yo, I'm sorry. And I'm like, why are you bringing up old shit? He said, no, because now I'm thinking with a older mind. And I realized when we was young, we were so fearless and stupid that we'd have both been coming home from prison if that had gone another way. And you didn't even know what was going on. And I'm like, wow. But this is the type of talks me and my cousins have. We talk about cologne. We talk about, grown man shit. We don't talk about streets. We don't talk about stupidity. We talk about cologne. We talk about this dude be talking about new pea coats and ties. I ain't wearing no pea coats and ties in it, but we talk about colognes and stuff. We talk about cars. That shit that we was into, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't even want nothing to do with people who want something to do with that. We survived that. Not unscathed, though. I got scars all over my body. He got bullet wounds. Some of our friends didn't make it. Some of my friends are still incarcerated from that stupid shit that we partook in. So where in 2024 is it cool or okay for you to talk a certain way and to think a certain way at a certain age? See, when somebody is 24, 23 years old and youthful and they don't know any better, then we could say, yo, he got a lot to learn. He gonna go through a lot. But when you 60, what the hell can you learn at 60 that you didn't learn already from the streets? And that's the problem. That's the problem. Throughout all my trials and tribulations in this YouTube world, when people run their goddamn mouth and say stupid shit about me, I never talk about what I'm going to do to them. I know where it goes. They can say what they want about me. It's all words. But when the elders are not carrying themselves like elders, that means as a people we are doomed unless we have to elect new elders. Just because you older, that don't mean you are elder. That means you are older, because there's a such thing as an old fool. An old fool. Look at the mentality we have. We argue, we debate with people in the street, internet, whatever. And what is our bottom line to any debate, any argument, any disagreement? What's our bottom line? I'll fuck you up or I'll kill you. Me, I'll be like, yo, I don't got nothing else to say. As for me, I'd rather block somebody and just don't talk to them no more. You seen one night somebody made like 5 platforms to get their point across. Yo, there's no point. I don't want to talk. But that's our bottom line. And all the while, people be doing this shit and have children. Little babies at the end of their hand. Little babies that watch them. And this is their mentality. Why, when we disagree, it gotta go to the street? Drop your low. All the while, the people who shouldn't be seeing it, that could put us both in the same facility, is watching it. Now, we still have Jiggy J TV. I appreciate you. Now, we still have, and this is why this is important. This is not his first time acting the way he's acted. But this mentality and these actions led to the demise, in my opinion, of Takeoff. Sometimes it's just the energy that's created. It's this invincibility that guys walk around like, yeah, we're here now. And this can happen to anybody, and this could go down, and this, That's a problem. Takeoff was a young man who's not here no more. Didn't we learn from anything? Shakur Stevenson, you was there, bro. You bear witness. I don't know if you ever seen anything like that. I have seen it at 12, 13. You're a professional boxer. You saw something bad. You didn't learn shit. Y'all just don't learn from nothing. So y'all just was the kids who just got burned every day or fell on your head every day. You hot didn't mean nothing to you. Stop running over there didn't mean nothing to you. You just ran over there and fell on your head every day. You burnt your hands every day. That was okay with you. It's not okay. Because my stupidity, my poor decisions, my way of thinking can always lead to the demise of somebody else. Somebody else can get harmed based off my decisions. So I have to think for other people. I can't just be impulsive and angry. But now look, we got other individuals who's losing their life behind the dice game and this aura of invincibility that we so-called have, and I ain't no joke, and then, yeah, you better keep it cool. The era of the boogeyman is over. Why you want to be a boogeyman to your people? If you consider Black American people to be your people. Why do you want to oppress your people and threaten them with the thought of violence or you're going to get it? We in a day and time where nobody's scared of nobody no more. That shit over. Nobody's scared of anyone anymore. It's a respect thing. Nobody cares what you have, what you can do. You gotta respect everybody. I shake the janitor hand the same way I would shake the CEO hand, because most of the time the CEO was once a janitor. And he worked his way up. I love the working man and the working woman. When I speak to people and they be like, I'm at work, I be like, hey, get them ones. I don't care if you work at Target, if you sweep the floors, if you outside doing community service. But all this boogeyman shit and bullying your people, you know who to play that shit with. Because when it comes to them folks, that shit don't matter. You know the folks I'm talking about. I don't like bullies. I don't like people who oppress people. It bothers me. I just don't like it. I just don't like that shit. And when you're coming from the place of an elder, you have the ability, due to respect that you run with, you have the ability to sit all parties down. Everybody would have to respect you because you're an elder. Big Lou, I appreciate you. You're the elder. You make the call. Hold on. Cameron and Mason and Shakur? Oh, hell no. Cameron and Mason, that's my little homies from New York. Shakur under me. You make the call. Three-way. Yo, y'all getting out of hand. They going to respect it. They're going to say, you know what? He made the call. He deaded it. But if you notice, there is nobody deading anything. There is nobody saying, hold on. I rock with you. I rock with you. What y'all doing? Everybody just sit back and watch the show until something fatal happens. And then you see all this increase the peace and this is going too far. And this is no. People are egging it on. As an elder, when he make the call, you listen. You don't egg it on. You don't have this little dude running his fucking mouth. It's him. Even if you don't want to say it's him publicly, you pull him to the side. Because he's arguing with his grandfather. His grandfather is older than Jay Prince, so obviously he don't listen to nobody. His grandfather's in the ring with him, telling him, let your hands go. And he's arguing with his grandfather, so that means he don't listen to nobody. So you know what his future entails. But all this Bumpy Johnson shit, all of this, we ain't no joke, and we'll oppress you and we'll get you and all. What? Come on, man. Our ancestors been through hell with others for one of ours to act like that with us. What are you, a slave catcher? You on slave patrol? A disagreement? You an elder? Make that call. Everybody tapped in the street. So you might not talk to them directly. Call one of their homies that you know and respect, because when you needed that chain back, you made a call in New York. Somebody that I know got the chain. It's easy. It's easy. But imagine in 2024. Let's think about this. Imagine in 2024, all the crazy shit going on in the world right now, all the crazy shit we endured, all the crazy shit we see, and you scared of a black man that ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. Oh, they in trouble. You're seeing people, oh, they in trouble now. Could we take that energy of they in trouble now and go into different hoods of America and stop some of this stupid shit that been going on for a long time? Can you take that same energy of people being afraid and use that fear that people have of you and use it in a way for good? Can you go to Chicago and say, I'm out here, y'all all scared of me, stop the bullshit? Can you do that? Can you go to Los Angeles in certain places? Can you come to Brooklyn? Can you use that? So if you can't use that to stop shit, why are you using it to keep the shit going? Doesn't make any sense. Every day, I get more and more tired of N-words. I'm just be real with you. Our culture, the way we conduct ourselves and carry ourselves is disgraceful. That's why the whole world laughs at us. They mock us. And everything that we innovate and create, they take it for themselves because we abuse everything. We abuse our creations. Our biggest creations is us. The consciousness and the knowledge come from us. We don't even use it no more. The consciousness comes from us. We don't even use it. At one point, it was cool to be smart. It was cool to get up on somebody and say, yo, nah, little homie, this, that, and the third. That's why everybody taking it. That's why the world is beating us. Is the black American men and women in the United States don't want to be smart no more, don't want to be intelligent, don't want to carry themselves a certain way. If you do certain shit, you considered a nerd, a bitch, or weird. But twerking, getting high, smoking, acting the asshole day, doing these stupid ass comedy skits all day is accepted. Everything is a joke. Everything is funny to us. But when it comes to being intelligent, innovative, and smart at creations, we the last in the race. That's why everybody takes our shit. Yo, they did invent that, but look what they're doing with it. Look how they abusing their own creations. So you look in Japan, they over there breakdancing while we'll look at each other like breakdancing is played out. Breakdancing is, oh, that's old. So why they doing it in Japan if it's old? Look how the nigga dress. Why they in certain countries doing certain things that we think is played out and old? Our shit, our creations. How can anything we create be old and played out if we created it? Is the pyramids in ancient Kemet old and played out? No, because we want to stay claiming that. Everything that you see under the sun, we created. We abuse our creation. So people say, well, you ain't going to use it. I'll take it. Consciousness starts up here. We was the one who started the consciousness. Dudes building on the corner with each other. Dudes in the barbershop talking to each other. Just sitting there, just exchanging information. The OGs in the music business, schooling the young Gs, the publishing shit. You don't see none of that no more. All you see is nigger shit all day. Even the so-called conscious people who's supposed to be conscious, who's supposed to know better. Do a study. Do a study. The conscious people you follow, They be in them shade room comments when it's ratchet shit. They be right there. All this big bad shit. Respect and we this, that, and the third. What is that in 2024? It's real shit going on. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but y'all better start paying attention. It's real shit going on. Real. And it's gonna get realer. It could be a point where it don't matter who album drop, who got beef with who's on YouTube, who got a podcast. None of that shit might not matter. And what really matters, you're gonna be lost because you're so busy engulfed in stupidity. Pay attention. Everything, this is fake. This is staged. This, all this shit. Y'all just, nothing is real to y'all. But Jaguar right. She speaks the truth. But everything else is fake. All of this bad man, all of this, I'm that. Come on, man. I remember being in the hoods. I remember having street beef. I'm talking about we done went at it. And one of the homies say, yo, look, y'all gotta chill. If you got respect for me and you got respect for me, y'all better chill off the strength of me. Be like, damn, that's the big bro. The big bro putting the call out. You know what? We gonna we gonna dead it off the strength of the big bro. The big bro said, yo, we gotta chill. Because everybody respect the big bro. Where's the big bros at? First of all, where's the big bros in hip hop? Because everybody into hip hop. Where's the big bros in the community? Where's the big bros at? When the guy's 60 years old. You know, once you're 60, you start dying your shit and still trying to be young. There's nothing wrong with aging. It's nothing wrong with being an elder. It's actually a beautiful thing. If you really come from that. If you really come from that, you can't wait to get out of that shit. You ain't gonna be somewhere in the mansion talking about, I'm gonna go back to the hood and start some shit. I'm gonna get out of my Maybach, out of my Wraith, out of my mansion and go back to the hood and start shit. Just really think about that. I'ma leave all my stainless steel appliances and my jacuzzi tub and my pool in the back. And I got a helicopter and I'ma go to the hood and sit on a corner and do nothing. Does that make sense? How after all these years, certain people's mentality didn't change? That shit makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm bugging
the fuck out. I don't know.
Maybe I'm tripping. You got up out of this California king bed, satin sheets, TVs popping out of places that you didn't know TVs could be. Beautiful sound system. The crib smell good. You ain't got no roaches, no mice, no rats. And you can't wait to leave all of this shit that you achieved to go back to what you got away from. Do that make sense? When you hustled your ass off to get out of that, some of your children have never saw a roach. Never ate a can of Spam, never had that cheese with the plastic still around it. Never ate a can of ravioli, didn't learn what oodles and noodles was till they was out your house. And you can't wait, I'm gonna go back to the hood and get into some shit. I'm going to go back to the neighborhood and see who I could oppress. Because I know I'm in this big old nice house. I got this wealthy bank account. But niggas better know I ain't no joke. At what point are you not a nigga no more? And I ain't talking about a black man. I'm just talking about you just not a nigga. The mentality is gone. And everybody around you is vibrating on a high level. Everybody around you is gainfully employed. You got corporations. You got different things that you doing. That's what I aspire for. Why I don't fuck with the hood? Why I don't go to the hood? Because some people in the hood don't want nothing. I can't give them nothing. They can't see nothing. They can't see nothing. They can't see the vision. No matter how much I do, no matter how much I show them, they can't see the vision. And when people can't see the vision and they don't understand you, you gotta die. You could go to the hood and hang with niggas in the hood and say the wrong thing. And that's it. Yo, let me get $20. I ain't got it. All the views you got on YouTube, I already get $1 of you. A bunch of uninformed, uneducated zombies in certain hoods. I already get $1 of you. So he gotta have like 3-4 million in his account. I can't get $20. You know what? I be out here when I get back. I know that shit. And I'm somebody in my neighborhood. But I ain't got time to gamble with people who don't even care if they live or die. You think I'm going to go leave all the shit that I worked for to go back and be amongst people who don't work for themselves or anything? Their whole purpose is to get high and drunk every day and fight and run amok, and that's their purpose? You think I want to be amongst that shit? Nah, not me. Pick somebody else. That ain't my job. But I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with growing up. There's nothing wrong with aging. Old is a construct and a concept of how you feel. But ain't nothing like that OG wisdom. Nothing like that OG wisdom. Nothing like that OG just saying that old timer saying, yo, let me talk to you. We all got them people in the hood that's old timers. They be like, hey, man, come here. And you respect him because, yeah, he might be older now. He ain't what he used to be. But you remember him giving you quarters for potato chips. You remember him taking you to the store. And he going to give you a good word. And you're going to be like, damn, OG, thank you. I needed that. I got instructions from OGs. You know what my instructions was? Stay away from these niggas. I promise you. That the OGs was like, fuck you doing out here? No. You, come on, man. You doing good. You doing good. Ain't nothing out here for you. Nobody loves you out here. They don't love each other. How they gonna love you? Everybody gonna look at you like you're doing better than them and you should be supporting their habits. And if you don't support their habits, you gotta go. Keep your ass out of prison. Keep your ass out the streets. Keep your ass away from all the stupidity. If you're doing good, you made it away, stay away. You come back, you show love, but you don't come out here and you don't look to come out here amongst it. Like dudes be like, I could go back to the hood. Well, everybody could. So what? So what? Anybody could go back. And do what? You ain't back there giving out no book bags. You ain't out there doing nothing. You just going back to the hood to say, I can be out here. Ain't nothing in the hood but despair, poverty, a mentality, and everybody trying to escape. Truthfully, a lot of people want to escape that. When you escape, how do you take your ass back to be amongst people who stuck mentally, physically, but mentally? It's the mentality. And when we see 60-year-old men, we see 54-year-old men, when we see a lot of these dudes just acting like fucking women. Women can't stay out of shit. Can't keep shit. They always got something going on. Always got a beef or issue. And just be like, all right, nigga, do what you do. That ain't my thing. I like talking about culture from the standpoint of somebody who actually added on to the culture in many different ways. As I could be critical, I also could commend people. I also could tell people they did a good job. But you know, those videos don't get no views. A lot of videos, when you talking about positive, they don't get no views. Nobody want to hear that shit or see that shit. Nobody want to hear or see that. And that's why we where we at too. So I'm saying to you, the people, you have more control than you know. You don't have to be in the know with foolishness. If you a part of foolishness, that makes you a fool. Now, we all engage. We all look. We don't internalize it, but then we balance it. Remember, the food that you eat is not always what you eat orally. It's what you eat mentally, too. It affects how you sleep. It affects how you think. It affects how you dream. It affects your whole central nervous system, how you think. Your whole central nervous system is out of order. If the music too loud, your nerves will be bad. Hold your hand out, your hand like this. Later on, when you get a chance, just hold your hand out. See if you can hold your hand steady. If your hand is like this, something is wrong. Figure it out. What do I do? What do I overindulge in? Is it the caffeine? Is it the reefer? Is it the liquor? Is it stress? Is my face breaking out? What's happening with me? We know about everything else, but don't know nothing about ourselves. That's what knowledge of self is. Knowledge of self is you. Knowledge of self. It doesn't say knowledge of y'all, knowledge of us. Knowledge of self. Self is you. You. Everything is not for everybody. Everything is not for everybody. You don't have to indulge. It's fine. It's okay to be awkward, right? It's okay to be yourself. It's okay because who are you? You were born an individual. You don't have a twin. You might have, because you share DNA with people, you have similarities, but it's okay to be you. I'm me. It's okay. Trust me. You ain't going to get less girls. You ain't going to get less attention. I don't even like attention. I don't even like doing this shit, truthfully. I never came into the culture to do this, but I seen so much bozoism. I was like, no. You got to somehow, some way, be the voice of reason.
You know the voice of reason.
You got to be able to give that. Just give perspective to offset the thousands of foolishness. Just give them a little bit. But in 2024, we have a black man who we all should be scared of. When you got politicians. Yo, you know what the most dangerous weapon is? What you think the most dangerous weapon is? Most dangerous weapon right now in the world and been in the world is a fucking pen. Not because it writes rhymes. Because it writes law. And the law gets signed. What's written implements change. That shit, that's it right here. Many of us don't even have pens no more because we do everything on devices. The pen, look how it's been taken away, but they still use it though. You go to the bank, the pen is there. You go to places that it means something, the pen, the ink pen is there. The ink pen is there. We don't even have pens no more. And they're writing laws. The Declaration of Independence, that shit was written. A lot of that shit was written. The bill, that shit was written with a pen. Ink pen. We don't even have ink pens. I looked around for one. I'm like, damn, it's in the damn truck. That's it. I didn't really mean to get on a soapbox, but I had to. This is not my first time discussing this situation with him. I just hope many of us could grow up. Let's have fun still. You know, we could be kiddie, we could be jovial, we could snap, joke, rank, and have fun. But when it starts boiling down to drop your location and I take all fades and all that, how are you going to take a fade for a fighter? How are you going to take a fade for a fighter? Anyway, with that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. Make sure you subscribe to the Beatmaker Show YouTube channel. I'm going to start launching. I got some dope ideas. I got another idea that I'm working. I'm an idea man. You know, if I don't create, what else am I going to do? And y'all have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to start coming on earlier. I can't start like 9, 10 o'clock no more. It got to be like 8. I got to get these 8 o'clock ranges. That's just very, very important. I thank my people for supporting me. I'm going to show y'all something too real quick because y'all might not know it, but they play with my numbers. So right here, this is the back end. This has been stuck on this amount of views and this amount of viewers since I've been talking. You see that? The likes haven't gone up. The viewers haven't gone up. It's been stuck here. This is what I see on the back end. This is my database. Look, it's been stuck. It has not moved. So anybody who's left the room or came in the room, it has not showed anything different. Look. So that's, you know, the fight be fixed. Sometimes you got to get on here and act an ass for them to, you know, for them to appreciate you. You got to be on here acting like a damn buffoon. But that's not in me to be a buffoon. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown-ass man who always going to carry and conduct himself like a grown-ass man. But I just wanted to show y'all. So a lot of times people think it's y'all not supporting. It's y'all not hitting like. No, they're not recording a lot of stuff. So I know many of you view and hit like. They don't record it. You've seen firsthand. Look, I'm going to go back real quick in real time. It has not changed. These numbers has not changed. It's been the same for the whole show. It has not changed. But whatever. We still going to work. We still going to do what we got to do. With that, man, I'll holler at y'all later on.